I had previously talked about Motley Crue aiding a police investigation to find a missing fan. The link to that video is down below. But today I want to talk about a similar set of circumstances involving the band Pearl Jam and one of their fans who went missing. This event happened a year after the Motley Crue one did. It involves an Ohio State second-year med student named Brian Shaffer. March 31st, 2006 was a Friday and was the beginning of a week-long spring break for Ohio State students. Shaffer started the night by going out for dinner with his father Randy. His father recalled to the police that his son seemed exhausted from studying for his midterm exams, frequently pulling all-nighters. Brian was planning on meeting up with a friend of his named William Clint Florence after the dinner at a bar on campus called the Ugly Tuna Saloon in Columbus. The pair would go bar hopping towards the Arena District before meeting up with a friend of Florence named Meredith Reed. She would give the pair a ride back to the Ugly Tuna Saloon where they were planning on ending the night. The bar is located on the second level of a building and is primarily accessed through an escalator. Security cameras at the bar captured the trio around 12:30 a.m. coming up the escalator to the bar. Shaffer and Florence were spotted on camera at 1:55 a.m. chatting outside of the bar with two women before Shaffer headed back in. The woman that Shaffer was talking to gave him her number and was pretty flirtatious with him, at least according to witnesses. That would be the last time Brian was spotted on camera. The bar would close 5 minutes later at 2 a.m., and both Reed and Florence waited for Brian outside the bar, but he didn't show. They tried to contact his cell phone but were unsuccessful, and they thought maybe he had wandered home since his apartment was only several blocks away. Brian was scheduled the following Monday to fly down to Florida to vacation with his girlfriend, and when he missed his flight, that's when concern grew over his whereabouts, and he was reported missing. It should be noted that the Ugly Tuna Saloon has 3 exits, 2 of which had cameras. The rear exit didn't have a camera, but there was a lot of construction going on in the alleyway, and the tight space out back led some to believe that it was unlikely he left the bar since he was likely intoxicated. The university area where the bar is located also has a significantly high crime rate, and in reviewing the footage, the police had several theories. One of the security cameras from the bar would pan the area, so perhaps one of the cameras missed him as he was leaving. Another theory is that he simply vanished, not wanting to be found, possibly disguising himself in different clothes than he entered with. There was also several things going on in Brian's life around the time of his disappearance. One was that his mother had passed away from a rare form of cancer several weeks prior, and while his friends stated to the police that he seemed to be handling it well, it was also a devastating blow for him. Another was that he frequently told friends that his real passion was to be in a rock band, despite his decision to pursue a career in medicine. At the time of his disappearance, Brian was in a relationship with a fellow medical student named Alexis Wagner, and she would reveal that a few nights before his disappearance, Brian told her to move on and find someone else, as he was struggling with his mom's death. A couple weeks earlier, he even asked her to, and I quote, just go away with him. As I had stated earlier, Brian was planning on vacationing with his girlfriend the following Monday to Florida. In fact, the night he disappeared, he called his girlfriend to check in around 10 p.m., confirming the vacation plans and telling her he loved her. It was also reported by several sources, including friends close to him, that he was planning on proposing to his girlfriend in Florida. In similar cases where someone has disappeared or vanished, investigators claim that people often disappear as an act of desperation, not when they're about to go on vacation, which made the case very mind-boggling. Another theory is that perhaps something more sinister happened. Maybe he was murdered inside the bar and hidden somewhere. Some online sleuths believe that he may have been the victim of the smiley-faced serial killer who preyed on young, drunk college men. The police investigated that theory and have since ruled it out. Several days after Brian's disappearance, a homeless person claimed to have seen him, but after the police questioned him, he didn't reveal much. There's also been some suspicion cast on his friend William Clint Florence, who he went drinking with that night, and Florence has refused to take a lie detector test. Let's talk about the Pearl Jam connection now. Brian was a member of the Pearl Jam fan club, and he had bought tickets to the band's show in Detroit on May 22, 2006. His girlfriend would end up auctioning the seats to raise money for his reward fund, and Brian's father, Randy, was taken aback by the support he received from Pearl Jam's fan club and the community. And his father would also attend a Pearl Jam show in Cincinnati in 2006, where frontman Eddie Vedder even mentioned his son, as you can see here.
A young man named Brian Shaffer kind of went missing.
4 years later in 2010, during a show in Columbus, Vedder once again mentioned Brian and dedicated the song Come Back to him. It was truly a horrible time for his father Randy, whose wife passed away a few weeks before his son disappeared, and Randy would spend the next several years chasing every lead in hopes of finding his son until a freak accident took his life in 2008. After his death, a condolence book was posted online, and one of the signatures read, "To Dad, love Brian." The message appeared to be posted from the US Virgin Islands, giving more credence to the theory that he started a new life somewhere else, but when investigators looked into this, they determined it was a hoax. In the years that followed, there were reported sightings of Brian in Texas, Michigan, and even across the pond in Sweden, all of which were investigated but didn't shed any more light on his disappearance. In 2014, the Columbus police would reveal that their local Crime Stoppers hotline was still receiving several tips a month. In 2019, a picture of a homeless American man in Tijuana, Mexico surfaced online. Some speculated it may have been Schaefer, and it would make its way to the FBI, who used facial recognition technology and confirmed it was not him. As recently as March of this year, the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation will put out an age-enhanced photo of what they think Schaefer would look like today. Detective John Hurst, who was assigned the case, would recall to Dispatch.com in 2019 his thoughts on Brian's status, saying, "Is Brian alive? There's a possibility he is alive, but if you look at the probabilities that he isn't alive, those are just as great." That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like button and subscribe. We'll see you again on Rock and Roll True Stories. Take care.